Count them out.
Count up all the years that Oklahoma State was in the postseason. 18 straight years Oklahoma State was playing in a bowl game, and that streak was snapped last season in just kind of the bottom falling out at Oklahoma State. Now they come back this year. Over under win total at FanDuel Sportsbook of 5.5. Now the over is plus 146. The under is minus 180. I mean, listen, I'm going to play spoiler alert here. I don't like the vibes of betting the under here. Like I don't want to pay $180 to win 100 betting against Mike Gundy. Are you going to take the bait and take that juice or take that little plus 146 betting on Mike Gundy?
All day long. They've only had one, or I should say 2 seasons. One was his first season as the head coach 2 decades ago. The other one was last year. So is this thing coming off the rails so much that they're going to go under that total? And if they're 5-7, they probably are, making a change, or Mike Gundy retires. They're figuring out something, an exit strategy of some sorts. Or are you going to go back to a team that just a few years ago was on the cusp of making the college football playoff? Now, I'm not going to go that far. I don't think they're going to be competing for the Big 12 championships. And I hate the fact that one of the non-conference games is probably an automatic loss at Oregon. But I'm still going to take the odds of what we've seen over an entire career from Mike Gundy. Like, I don't think the culture's as bad as people make it out. I mean, remember when he got busted with the shirt and people were just remember he had the OAN shirt. And everybody's like, oh, his players hate him, and he's all these accusations against him. I don't think it's that bad. I think the season was awful. I think it's a wash. I think they come back stronger this year. So I'm on over, but there wasn't a lot of confident W's on there either. I just am a believer that again, like you were talking about, in a season where the Big 12 is so even, a lot of those one possession games, I think they're going to go his way. I don't feel great that they're playing Texas Tech on the road, but they do get Kansas State and Iowa State at home. I could see that in Baylor at home. Their toughest games they catch at home. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull off an upset in one of those 3 like marquee matchups and potentially ruin somebody else's Big 12 title hopes. I'm not like, this team did beat Arkansas last year. That was, and I know Arkansas wasn't very good, but I still think physically they'll be better. That was one of the biggest surprises I've seen last year. I'm going to go, but they're going to revert back to the norm, which is over 5.5.
If I can put on my Bud Elliott fishing shirt here and look at like just the raw talent of this, you're happy to see Arizona on this schedule. You're happy to see UCF on the schedule. You're happy to see Houston on the schedule. You are happy to see teams from the conference who are not noticeably better when it comes to the talent, because I do think Baylor has noticeably better talent. Texas Tech, clearly noticeably better talent. Kansas State as well. So you're at least giving yourselves opportunities where if you're betting on Mike Gundy being a good football coach who's going to put together a game plan, then you at least are not going to get out-talented the way you are against Oregon or some of those teams that we project to be near the top of the Big 12. I saw a comment in the tailgate, who is the quarterback? My expectation is it's the sophomore Zane Flores. And the vibe that I got, Mike Gundy had a great response at Big 12 Media Days that was kind of like, yeah, I'm excited to see him too. We recruited him. We brought him here. This is somebody that we've always thought could be the Oklahoma State quarterback. If Flores gets it going, then yeah, we could see Oklahoma State's offense be able to take a big step forward. Remember, he did flip over the whole sort of coaching staff for the first time in a long time. So maybe this rejuvenates him. Maybe it doesn't. I will say, to get to 6 wins, you got to get it done early. I don't love the way that the last 5 games break down in terms of 3 road games and your only 2 home games are Kansas State and Iowa State. You lose a couple you shouldn't in that run of like Arizona, Houston, Cincinnati, and then we might put them on the Q watch. So
yeah. And the best part about it, they're not playing 4 quarterbacks, which they've done a couple times in the last couple of years. Like there was an NHL style like hockey line shift, like a shift change with the quarterbacks, the way they were rolling them, so much uncertainty. And as Wet Blanket pointed out, look at him, all of a sudden he's optimistic. He's not a redshirt, just a redshirt freshman. He's also got a medical redshirt. So he's been there familiar with the system. They kind of roll with them through the thick and the thin. I think that's a good thing.
Yep, absolutely.